This is a review of the new Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0. This is not an unboxing, and I'm not going to review the Samsung TouchWiz interface that's overlaid over the operating system. I prefer to give reviews after about a week of heavy use. There's plenty of places online that you can find unboxings and detailed specs on the computer or tablet. Basically, as a heavy tablet user and a traveling on-site IT consultant, I use a lot of technology and tablets, and I was trying this to replace my Lenovo ThinkPad tablet, which is a 10-inch tablet with a Tegra 2 processor. The specs on this, just quickly, are a 7-inch tablet. It's running Android 4.0. It has nice dual stereo speakers in the bottom, which sound exceptionally good for a tablet. 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of storage on this model. You have a micro SD card slot on the side, one of the sides right here, so you can expand. If you're someone who doesn't use much in terms of video and music and uses it just for the apps and data storage, you usually find that 8 gigs is pretty good. Of course, it's video and pictures and stuff that take up a lot of memory there. It does have 2 cameras, a very poor front VGA, and a back, which I believe is a 3 megapixel. I don't find much use for cameras on a tablet, but it does have them if you want to use Skype. It is only 3/4 of a pound, 0.76 pounds, so it's nice and light. It's only 7 inches. And the standard lithium-ion 4,000 milliamp battery. Some of the other reviews that I saw before getting this were talking about screen quality not being very good. Again, I don't find any problems with it. For normal use, it seems fine. Again, standard apps, games, things like that, you're really not going to find any problems. Playing movies on here also seems quite good. I'm not expecting, iPad 3 or new iPad type display on here, and I don't find it necessary. Coming from heavy use of a Lenovo ThinkPad tablet, one of the things I like best is the surprisingly the Texas Instruments CPU in here, which some places rate as a little slower than the Tegra. I actually find snappier, probably because it's a smaller display and there's less to update on here. But I do find it works exceptionally well. As you can see, I don't have a lot of stuff on here. I have my main apps on here and then a screen of games. The build quality is very nice. Haven't even taken the back stickers off yet, but it seems nice and solid. Again, it's 7-inch, so you don't feel too much play in it. Feels like a nice solid tablet. On the right, you do have your power buttons, your volume on and off, unlike things like a Kindle 7-inch, which doesn't have hard volume buttons, and you have to do it through the software. I think it's important to have volume buttons on there. Like I said, SD card, dual speakers. Unfortunately, it does have a proprietary Samsung charging data cable here instead of the micro SD. The micro USB cables like a lot of phones are using, even Samsung phones. This does use their proprietary cable, so usually you find you want to order some extra charging cables, as I do. So you have one in your car, one in your backpack, one in your office. They're like $6 on Amazon. So they're not too expensive, but you do have to get those. Again, coming from a 10-inch tablet, also an iPad or any 10-inch Android tablet, where I find you can comfortably use the keyboard to type. On a tablet this size, I find it really isn't very comfortable for a lot of typing, so you may want to consider a USB. I'm sorry, this one doesn't have USB like the Lenovo that I'm more familiar with does. This has Bluetooth, so you can get a Bluetooth keyboard. You can find them starting at about $30 on Amazon, and go up to $60, $70 depending on the quality and the brand. But if you do a lot of typing on it, you may want to get a I keep saying that, Bluetooth keyboard. Again, build quality is nice. Size is very nice. If you can get used to it coming from a larger tablet, or if you've never used a tablet before, you probably won't find any problems with it. It's like a large cell phone. Battery life, I haven't done an actual time test, but again, coming from larger tablets, I find it is quite good after using it a large part of the day. I find I still had like 60% battery life left. As you can see here, it's 62%. This shows you a little bit of the difference from standard Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0, Android 4.0, to the TouchWiz. There are some slight differences, and some of it's actually nice. Some of the menus you have in here. You do have a screen capture, which is quite unusual. Takes you straight to a clipboard where you can save it, alter it. And while that's something, it is nice to have right built in there, which you won't find on other tablets without the TouchWiz interface. Though I do believe Ice Cream 7 12.0 on the tablet edition does have an option of pressing the power and the volume up button to do a screen capture. It is nice to have it on here. Speed-wise, some of the reviews say that the 2.0 version of this, coming from the 1.0, is actually slower and has a lower frame rate. As you can see here, I had Netflix running, so right now I have nothing really running there. I haven't found that to be a problem with it. You know, fooling around with a few games for speed tests, it seems absolutely fine. Speed seems very nice. Nothing that seems slow. Again, speaker quality is very nice on here for any tablet, let alone a tablet this size. Run something like Netflix here, give you an idea of that. Of course, something like this is very dependent on your Wi-Fi, which is pretty good here in our office.
And rule number 1, in case you missed it, never.
Again, this is a cartoon, so it's not a great example of the quality of the video, but just to show you, as you see, jumping ahead there. It is responsive, does work very well. I am quite happy with the speed of it. I don't see any problems with that. Everything on here seems very good. You do also, unlike on a lot of phones, you may notice when you get to the end, you would have to, you know, tap home twice to get back. This does allow you to continue scrolling continuously through your different icon screens there. I do believe that's something with the Samsung TouchWiz, which is very nice. Overall, I was quite surprised with the speed and the quality overall of it for a $249 tablet. Without adding the keyboard or an SD card, $249. I certainly would recommend this over a Kindle, primarily because you can get the Android Play Store, or App Store as they used to call it, on here, as well as using the Amazon App Store, which you can't do on the Kindle. So if you were comparing this to a Kindle, I would highly recommend this over that. It is very snappy, it has great battery life. The screen is nice. Everything about it's good. Like I said, the only downsides I could say is nothing to do with the tablet itself, but simply with the form factor, that you would probably want a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard, if you're going to use it extensively. And that's my review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0.